Cold open on the dead face, Chanta Flair. Her eyes closed, skin oiled with funeral unguents, candles around her body. She lies in state in the chapel at Fort Dalgath. Bellis, you have laid her here to rest and carried out all the necessary funeral rites. And now, in the darkness of the chapel, you and Hagen Quell sit in the gloom and ponder what needs to be done. You have overall decided that a search for Bone Mother Talora is your best chance for returning your dead friend to life. But where to even begin starting to look for her? Before then, however, Bellis, you had some other suggestions for the so-called heroes of House Valandor. Is this not so?
Yes. Yes. It is so. At the moment, we have to wait for any news coming back on the whereabouts of Bone Mother Talora. And any information coming back from Bridara as well. So I suggest we use this time to go back to House Dalgath and deal with that demonic thing going on there. And take revenge for what happened to Chanta. And to empty it to fill our coffers. What do you say, Hagen?
You truly believe that we are the best equipped to deal with it?
I think this is the moment to do it. They just went through an attack themselves. They're in disarray. We know the layout now. We can do it in a sneaky way. So we can use the element of surprise. And we know exactly where to go and to deal with the most predominant threats in the house.
Hagen's looking a little rough, a little unkempt. He hasn't shaved in a day or so. He takes a swig from a flask and seems to think for a moment. I could go for some revenge.
The door to the chapel swings open, silhouetted in the dying desert evening is Aldrich. He walks slowly into the chapel to join you.
Hi. You want a moment alone?
No, I'm okay. I just wanted to see her. And I feel like I've been a little bit under the weather.
Yes.
What are we doing?
Well,
what's next?
I was just discussing it with Hagen. We are going to see whether there is an avenue in trying to get Chanta back. I don't give it too much chance. It's not easy. But there is a possibility.
We hope it too.
We should invest all of our efforts into that, yes. So what do you propose we do? All the information. So.
at the moment, I have my feelers out to figure out where Bone Mother Talora is. I think she's our best shot, at least within my church, to obtain a spell, or maybe she can even cast it. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Last I heard, she was taken to Damarash.
Yes.
And did I hear you talking about going back to Dalgath?
Well, we have to wait till the information comes back to us. So why not use that time to finish what we started there? The whole demonic thing that we found there, it is directly related to House Mordath and, well, he who shall not be named. I think if at that we owe it to Chanta to make sure that that doesn't proliferate. And we, of course, owe it to
Sorry, what exactly?
Our own house. Huh?
What exactly?
What do you mean?
What does not proliferate?
The priest that we found upstairs in House Dalgath was actually an ex-priest from House Mordath. He left them. And apparently, according what our dead friend Olfrin, and I point to the preparation room in the chapel. What our friend Olfrin has told me, he is a priest of he who shall not be named. And that explains the whole demonic thing and the whole satanic summoning circles and body parts we found upstairs. And what he told me as well was that the priest had his claws on Lord Dalgath, and they were doing something horrible. And I think we left with Chanta just that something horrible was taking place downstairs in the wedding room.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm still a little queasy.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Aldrich staggers out of the room a little bit.
Okay. So, the candles burn lower. And really only about a minute or so later, you hear the sound of booted footsteps coming from the other direction, from the practice yard. And through the rear entrance of the chapel, still a little bit sweaty from the evening exercises, Jadarian, Aval, and Aldrich walk in.
Hello.
Good evening.
How are you guys doing?
As well as you can in this situation, I suppose.
Oh, that was a good workout.
Well, you seem to be back on your feet after your
Yeah, I'm feeling
vomit shit episode. I'm not sure.
Why? What's the matter?
And hopefully you'll be
Nothing.
able to see your feet soon, Havel.
That's a
What's wrong
sore
with his feet
spot.
now?
Thank you.
Are you picking on him again?
Maybe
Yeah,
some
well, I've gotten a lot of that from.
You've just been picking on everybody for the last hour. Maybe I need to slap you around a bit.
That's a good idea. Please do.
So what's the plan?
Bellis and Hagen, it occurs to you that if Aldrich's been on the practice field for the last hour,
What? You look like you've seen a ghost. What's going on?
I casted detect magic.
Well, obviously your flat box, Hagen's cloak and gauntlets,
I look at Aldrich.
silver fire. Aldrich, I presume you're wearing your plate and have the shield slung over your shoulder, but other than that, nothing magical.
I feel like I must have missed something, like something must have cut out. You said it occurs to us that if Aldrich's been on the practice field for the last hour, and then I didn't hear anything after
Who
that.
was the Aldrich standing next to us, just talking to us?
Ah, I see.
Mm-hmm. So the next thing I will do is I will carefully scrutinize Aldrich whether he's an illusion.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Bannis walks up to you and is like,
Hagen is going to draw a knife on
You're
him.
fairly sure he's real. Okay, right. Okay. And Hagen has a knife on you now.
Hagen is actually going to pull a dagger on him.
Okay.
Backs away.
All right. Well, this is a strange turn of events.
Tell me something that only Aldrich would know.
Yeah, what did you encounter in the crypts? That was weird. What happened?
Crypts?
Here in the crypts in Valandor, you encountered something weird. What was that?
I'm drawing a blank.
I think he's an imposter.
And to die.
Complete blank.
It's the Nightingale. I knew it. He can look like any of us.
I'll tell Bella something that only Eldrick would know, like how we first met.
Presumably, they're referring to the when you were in the crypts, you stumbled across a young couple of servants of House Valandor.
Yes.
And we thought that they were zombies.
Hagen very slowly pulls the dagger away.
Immediately, we have to
Still
check
tense.
who else was in here. Let's go after that other one. I run outside.
You haven't explained what's happening. I mean,
we just spoke to Aldrich just now.
And you know what?
Came off while you were on the training field.
Yep, Hagen's going to run off and look for whoever that was.
Well, Bellis and Hagen, the pair of you, rush out into the courtyard outside the front of the main keep and the chapel. There's small number of Valandor troops, former Mordath troops, tieflings, ghost elves, servants, running to and fro, changing of the guard for the evening, servants going about their business, setting torches. Of the other Aldrich, there's no sign.
Whoever they are, they lost us in the crowd.
You do see a couple of the ghost elves striding towards you at present, actually. Foremost, you recognize Namarsilie, the broad-shouldered warrior. Stern-gazed.
Nobody should leave. Get an alarm. Nobody should leave the premises here. Let nobody leave the castle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm when I figure out that there was an imposter in the room, I immediately set perimeter around the whole place.
Okay, bells and horns ring out. House troops immediately set what perimeter they can. You know almost immediately what this place is like, even though you've been putting a lot of time over the last few months to shoring up all the holes in the walls. The ruins and the catacombs themselves are like a sieve. But you give it your best effort and put Fort Valandor on lockdown. Somewhat bemusedly, Namarsilie comes to a halt, watching you, snapping out, giving orders. On the high level of tension that's prevalent in your group right now. Come at a bad time, have I?
We have an imposter just made his entrance in here and trying to divulge information.
An imposter?
Yes.
I shall speak immediately to Avaleria. We shall have her and her apprentices sweep the grounds with perceptive magics.
Please.
Then I will make this introduction brief. She gestures to the elf next to her. This is Freya Malidoth, one of my kin. Like me, she survived the devastation of the worm Vorum Cathriax. She has been begging me for some weeks for an introduction to you. She sees that our business at Fort Valandor proceeds too slowly, and feels that we are not hasty enough in dealing with the beast that devastated our home, and begs that she be allowed to add her blade to yours. I will let her speak for herself. My lord, I will seek for your imposter. And she turns and calls out, Aya, Evelli! Guards immediately rush to her, and you can see her giving commands as she walks, pointing and gesturing to the fortress's ramparts and the ruins.
Freya gets down on one knee, kind of plants her shield in front of her. I believe I can be of service to you all. We share an enemy, and I want to help you defeat him.
We appreciate your help in this time of need.
Will you take me with you?
If that is your wish, but do you know where we're going?
Well, I imagine you're going to seek out the Emperor.
With a few stops along the way.
Well, as long as we get there, then I'll come along. I think if anyone has the chance of defeating him, it will be you.
It'll be us. We weren't so successful last time. But we will give it our best shot. We owe that. We owe that much to Chanta.
She just kind of stands up. Right. Well, if you will take me with you, would you at least tell me what is going on in Imposter?
Why should we trust you? If we've already been infiltrated, then we have no guarantee of your loyalties.
I mean, I completely understand your hesitation to trust me, but you must know that this whole time I have been with her. You can ask her yourself if you really want to. I've been here for quite some time. I don't see why you shouldn't trust me if we
Mark,
share an enemy.
Has Aldrich seen this woman around?
Yeah, you do. You recognize the face mask.
Right.
One of the ghost elves. She's not a stranger to you visually, at least.
No. Have I ever spoken to her or had
Possibly
any kind of interaction?
in passing, but not to any great degree. You think you've had it in mind maybe for tapping her possibly for guard service? She's sword and shield and a bandolier with heavy throwing darts across her chest.
So would I know who she is? Obviously spending a lot of time with the ghost elves, remaining ghost elves.
Yes, Freya of the clan Mayaladroth. A ragtag remnants of her troop. You think the mask hides scars from dragonfire that even elven healing will not remove.
I recognize her, Hagen. She should be good.
Well, let us remember that our enemy can take on the appearance of anyone they choose.
I agree. I mean, we just met somebody, or you just met somebody that looked exactly like Aldrich.
Like I just said, I have been accompanied this whole time. I haven't been out of anyone's sight. In fact, I was led straight here to you. I think if you really want to catch this imposter, we should start looking instead of interrogating me. You can do that later if you like.
She makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's get going.
An imposter would be
Is
standing here telling
Bridara
you.
still here, or is she already moved on?
Bridara's already moved on to get in touch with her contacts.
Okay.
See if she can track down the location of Talora.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel any more safer, I can promise to not leave any of your sides if you allocate me.
There's one thing that's
Don't worry,
important. It's
you
not
won't
necessarily that we
leave my
catch the
side.
person, but that we figure out who that person is and who he or she works for. Because if we just talked to somebody from House Dalgath, they know that we're planning to come to them. But if we didn't, somebody thinks we're going to House Dalgath, and that might also be in our advantage. But we need to know now.
Hagen, do you know anybody with skills of that nature that could infiltrate like that?
No. Mark, do I know of anyone other than the Nightingale themselves?
No.
Only my
And
own
the
master.
The Nightingale appeared to be doing it with, well, not only just disguise, but some kind of magical mask, you recall.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
I know only of my master, which is very concerning.
I go back to the chapel.
Yeah.
On my own, and I cast a couple of thought captures.
Okay.
See whether I get a hint from there.
Yeah. Okay, so the most recent thoughts are quite simply horror from Hagen as the realization dawns, your own desperation to immediately get to the bottom of this. But before that, yes, satisfaction. And perhaps the simple phrase, so that is where they're going. You going to rejoin the others? The search is continuing apace, by the way. Namarsilie, and Avaleria leading elves with detect magic and various other perceptive spells into the ruins now, dropping continual light and similar spells here and there. The old broken edifices lighting up from the inside as their search moves deeper and deeper into the wrecked areas of the fortress. The Valandor guards, composed, of course, of House Mordath as well as Valandor troops, have a steady watch along the battlements, torches lit against the oncoming twilight. And even some of the tieflings are joining in, although to be fair, many of them are kind of standing around on the sidelines drinking and making fun.
So I take it we all link up.
Yeah. It was somebody was trying to figure out where we were going.
Obviously. And now they know.
From the reaction, I don't think it's House Dalgath. For some reason.
Why would they want to know where we're going?
Before we do anything else, Hagen, can I speak to you over here on the side for a minute, please?
Fine. Just a minute.
Listen.
Then.
All right. So you mentioned the Nightingale earlier, and I think I was going to tell you this earlier, but well, I got drunk, and then I fell asleep, and then I woke up.
Get to the point.
And okay, so when I was, drunk, in the company of some House Demarath guards, I heard that the Nightingale is preparing to take a new apprentice, and they're apparently traveling the Empire looking for someone worthy enough to learn the dark arts, and they have a test for anyone that wishes to learn the assassin skills, and that's to bring the head of Hagen Quell. It's funny to you. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, well, now you know.
How long ago did you learn this?
I really can't say, because it could have been the last time that I spent company in the House Damarash, but well, it could have been the time before that, and they all blur together.
Thank you for letting me know.
Oh, of course, anytime. Should we rejoin the search?
I suppose we should. First, he draws his dagger on Avel. But first, tell me something that only Avel would know.
You dropped your bow?
What? Damn it, that's what I was gonna ask.
I made a song about it. Do you want to hear it? See, it goes like...
He swats at the banjolele. No. You couldn't be anyone but the fool himself. He sheathes the dagger and walks away.
Hey, I take that as a compliment, actually.
The search goes on until an hour past midnight. And eventually, the Marsilia, Avaleria, even Valto Cray of the Tieflings join you together in the courtyard in a circle of torchlight. Nothing, the Marsilia reports. We have found nothing. No sign of this person, no indication of discarded clothes or anything that would hint at an imposter with a disguise. Whoever they were, whatever method they used, their subterfuge was flawless, their escape unimpeded, their whereabouts unknown. And she removes her sword and holds it out before you. My lord, I have failed you. If it be your wish, I surrender my commission and I will go into the desert.
Is she doing this to me?
Yes.
Please, please. No, there's no need for this.
If anybody failed the Lord, it would have been me. And not catching this from the moment it took place.
She takes her sword back and sheathes it. As you command, my lord. I shall ensure that the watches are doubled. And she salutes smartly, turns on her heel, and goes back to make her promise real.
Institute subtly among the guards a system of passwords.
Yes, agreed. And nobody moves around alone. Everybody walks in pairs. We're going to have a partner system.
And tighter security.
Yeah, this is not good. But this place is almost impossible to secure. I've done everything I could.
I need to expand my spell selection. There are several spells that allow me to kind of help us protect a bit from this. I don't have them in my grimoires, so I need
May I
to
offer
work on that.
a suggestion?
Yes.
This imposter, he knows where you're planning on heading next, correct?
Yes.
Well, how about we just not do that?
Mm-hmm.
We just don't go there. We just go somewhere else. I know you mentioned about seeing the Emperor with a few stops along the way. How about we just skip a stop? Can't be that important, at least not risking someone knowing.
Well, we can always come back, not straight after. We can go back a little bit after. Sure.
Precisely.
Yeah.
What
If
about
anything-
Chanta? She hasn't got much time left.
No, we're working on that.
I don't feel good about this.
In what way?
Well,
I think anybody's.
I just-
I don't think any of us feels good at the moment.
no.
We need a win.
Yeah.
And the only win that would be to find someone to bring back our friend. I care little for Dalgath at the moment. We can have our revenge there later.
Fair enough, but the thing is that the roads open, at least the ones that I see, open to us to get Chanta back, involve, for me at least, my priesthood. And the only one I trust at the moment really in that, and who is of sufficient level to do so, is Bone Mother Talora. So that's what we're now trying to find where she is, and we're busy with that.
I thought we knew where she is. She's in Damarish.
Yes.
And I mean, surely that can't be the only way.
No, well, the other way usually involves, at the very least, a considerable amount of money. And this was Bellis's other motivation for suggesting a raid against Dalgath. Almost certainly weakened as they are after the events of the wedding, they're probably ripe for looting.
And that money could actually buy us a spell. Or help us.
What has been the relationship between Valandor and Dalgath in the past?
Almost no relationship at all. Dalgath are a small house nearer to the capital, who have been largely insignificant, more of a kind of a border fortress in the east. However, the wedding, to the recent wedding, was supposed to secure a union between them and a minor cousin of House Damarath, who are nominally supporting the
Political
Emperor.
alliance, yeah.
Yeah. So it would lift them up the ladder a little bit. By that wedding, they would then be cementing themselves as supporters of the crown.
Right.
Okay.
Where are we having this discussion, by the way?
Presumably either at the chapel or somewhere else, but at the moment I'm just answering just a quick question for Arnout.
Just outside of the chapel, we were having the discussion.
Okay. So Dalgath were nominally then going to be supporting the crown through their alliance with House Damarath. Valandor hasn't actually declared for any sides in the outbreak of hostilities, neither for the crown, neither against it, neither with the secessionists, neither with those who are trying to forge an independent way. You guys have kind of been hanging back until such time.
To do so as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
That gives you, at the very least, that gives you an ability to interact freely with a number of houses until such time as you choose or are compelled to take a side.
Yeah. Neutrality has its benefits.
We can at the moment still claim that we're licking our wounds after the clash with Mordath. And as long as we can claim that and hide behind that facade, that's better, because it allows us to operate much more freely, in my opinion.
So maybe if we do go to Dalgath, we may catch this master of yours, Hagen, or whoever it would be?
Well, for one, Dalgath has money. We know it. I've seen it. I know how to get in the doors at the moment. Hopefully, the person that just came to find information with us is not from Dalgath, and decides to alert them to change all the glyph words. But I'm counting on it not to be the case.
Did you openly mention that you knew about the glyph wards?
No. I just mentioned it now.
So if we are going to act, it needs to be right now.
Mm-hmm. And these guys deserve to be burnt to the ground with all their demon nonsense going on there.
Let's just remember what happened there last time.
Yes.
I have a lot of worries of my own. The last thing I need now is losing another friend.
Okay. I agree. Well, you're speaking maybe to the wrong person. I'm a priestess of the Ghost Mother. I have accompanied many on their way to to the heavens. I hope to do so for a longer time, and if my time comes, my time comes. And we all have a life to live beyond the life on this earth.
I full well know that. I look up to the sky. What time of day is it? Night, is it?
It's night. It's an hour past midnight.
I suggest we leave now then. I look to Aldrich. I look to Erroth.
Yeah, let's not waste any more time.
So when you went there before, you went overland by horse and on foot and what have you, and came away on a barge through the canyons. The fastest way is probably by air.
By wyverns.
You did capture a considerable number of Mordath wyverns. This is true.
I think I'll be suggesting this.
Okay.
I hate wyverns, but if that's what's efficient, then we should move quickly.
It'll certainly speed up the journey.
It's either that or move back in to the water and go in invisible.
I mean, we usually kill wyverns, but
Well,
it is efficient.
times have changed. Mordath and
We've
Valandor together.
we've tamed these wyverns to be loyal to us now. So
Well, all right then.
let's leave then.
As long as they have saddles.
they do.
Yeah.
Great.
They don't.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd expect you to hang on the tail.
And and you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You would definitely.
I don't
fit
think
in
my
their
arms are
mouths
strong
as well.
enough anymore. No.
What was it that Jadarian just said about Mordath?
I just said about Erroth, you wouldn't fit inside a wyvern's mouth right now. So,
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
well, maybe you should run. I'll give him a wink.
You know what? Pointy ears.
Oh, good, you were muted. That was perfect. Thank you.
Bleep.
Okay.
Let's leave.
So you're going to gather your gear.
Just have pointy ears, just so you know.
Freya clenches a fist by her side.
I'm sorry, I can't resist. There's got to be some point to elves.
I stab him in the face.
How's that for pointy?
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll saddle
All
up
right.
and leave as soon as we can.
Great leathery beasts tethered, and in the case of the wyvern that belongs to the Saltara, armored with heavy steel plates. You have spent several hours a week at least training how to remain in the saddle, if not ride with some conviction and command. But the musky scent of them you never quite get used to, and fills your nostrils as you make your way around to where the wyverns are stationed. Like crocodiles, they vibrate deep sounds within their chests you can feel through the earth as you draw near, rumbling in anticipation of departure. You stow your gear, saddle up, and fairly rapidly are away. Airborne within moments, Fort Valandor recedes below you until it is a brown smear on the desert sands. Up and away from the baking bowl of the desert, the temperature drops immediately. You wrap your cloaks around you. Aldrich in the lead, navigate by the stars, and head for the northeastern canyons, where House Dalgath is located. An hour or two the flight takes. The wyverns beating their wings relentlessly, cracking like thunderclaps. You can feel the muscles writhing beneath the saddles until finally, as a group, one after the other, you crest the clouds and emerge into moonlight and starlight, sweeping away from the desert over broken hills, rolling plains, and ahead to where down below, dusted in silver, the shattered Badlands, where House Dalgath makes it home. As you descend, the sun slowly crests the eastern horizon, silver replaced by a wash of gold. And the wyverns circle and slowly begin to descend. Presumably you're going to land a short way away from the fortress. And is your plan to enter by the front gates or through the caves that you made your exit from last time?
I think stealth is probably the order of the day.
Yeah, caves.
And let's land, if we can use the natural geography to kind of hide our approach by air, at least.
We can always hot drop.
Okay. You come in low and fast through the canyon itself then, and finding perches on the side where the wyverns just literally dig their claws into the rock, crane their sinewy heads to look around, allowing you to emerge and make your way down to the river in the depths of the canyon. Here the day's light is not yet penetrated, and the cool of night still hangs about you, your breath frosting on the air. You make your way alongside the rushing waters, and ahead, see the storage caves. A couple of barges tethered there still.
Hagen, can you lead the way?
Only a couple of days ago, it seems that you were here, but it feels like a different life.
I was about to say the same.
Before the loss of your friend.
Me and Hagen head up front and scout.
Okay. Okay, we might need to do a quick hammer reset. Avel froze. I'm just, yeah.
All right.
And she's out. Okay. Okay, we'll just press on, and when she comes back in, we'll reset cameras.
Yeah.
Okay. Hagen leading the way. The caves are dark, even within the depths of the dark canyon. You see no sign of guards. There were none here when you left. There are none here now. The same 2 barges, you took the third. Bales of cloth, and barrels, and crates of provisions. And at the back of the cave, the winding staircase that leads up to the ground level. And if you like, I'll pull the map up for that for you.
All right. Yep, I send the staircase.
Okay.
Do
So,
I have Jadarian watching my back?
All right. Arnott, just so that you know, you can see the map, yeah? On roll 20?
You're muted.
Yeah, I know. That's on purpose because my son's next to me making a lot of noise.
All right. Okay, so the spiral staircase that leads up from the storage caves emerges at the point labeled 30 on the map.
Gotcha.
It's this area here.
All right.
Okay, Hagen. You and Jadarian almost noiselessly and invisibly slip your way up the stairs until you come to the landing. The first thing you notice is the smell. A reek redolent throughout the lower level of the fortress. Death. The slow rot of the newly dead cadaver.
Are there bodies everywhere, or is it?
Have we
Well,
encountered any bodies? Rather, they
No,
further
not
in?
yet.
Can we tell what?
But you can.
All right.
You're literally kind of at the stairs, looking up into the hallway above. You can
Yeah.
smell them.
Is
They
it
can't be
coming
far
from a
away.
particular direction? Because I know this hallway goes.
Yeah, it's coming from your right, so from the west, toward the little family chapel and the main audience hall where the wedding feast was taking place.
Where we heard all the slaughter sounds when we were leaving.
Where they were massacred, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, was this? It was a trap, wasn't it?
Yes. They did something with getting all the guests here and then used them for something demonic. This is what I expect.
Right. Yeah. All I remember was just waking up to the sounds of battle, so I don't remember hearing.
There
what
also
caused it.
appears to have been Torlek forces who are rivals of House Damarath, who launched an attack in the middle of it all. So it's not clear exactly what was going on. Whether it was an assault on a wedding, some kind of secret demonic pact or ritual, a combination of both.
Or
So,
House Damarath through the wedding was lured into a trap. It's also possible.
Yeah.
what I hear you guys saying is that there is a well-fed demon potentially still
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Great. Alright. Well then we should definitely get a move on before it catches us. Hopefully it's moved on by now.
Let's go upstairs first and see whether we can deal with that priest if he's still there.
I'm not as much of an optimist as you are. Hagen makes sure to move stealthily wherever they go.
I cast some spells for myself.
Okay.
I cast the stealth and the shadow cloak on myself, and a phantasmal armor.
Okay, the Phantasmal Armor is 8 plus 1 hit point per level, right?
That one, yeah, little protection thing.
Okay. And what were the percentages of the stealth and the other one?
Give me a sec. I'll let you know.
Do we need to reset, Lee?
Yeah, just iron out needs to turn on and off and on.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, so iron out,
No
off
worries.
and on.
Okay, hold on.
8% move silently for the stealth.
Silently 80. Yeah.
And the shadow cloak is if I go into shadows, I become effectively invisible,
Okay, that's just invis. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
and I can go back and do an action, and then step back in the shadows and go invisible again.
Yeah.
Are we in combat?
No, the party has made its way up the spiral staircase from the supply caves onto the lower level of Fort Dalgath, and it stinks of dead bodies. And you've frozen again, and a really attractive face on. So.
Nice.
There
You're
we
good
go.
now.
What's everyone doing?
Okay, yeah,
Being
that would be
sneaky.
my question too.
Okay.
So, Bellis casts a couple of spells to conceal herself. Hagen, you press yourself up against the wall, blending into the shadows. And which direction do you guys want to go?
Can I cast invisibility? Sorry.
Actually,
Yeah, certainly.
Yay.
Aval plucks a couple of notes on his banjolele and fades from sight.
Well, we know obviously what floor we need to go on to, so yeah, I'll take it. Me and Hagen will lead and head that way.
So you mean along the curving corridor to the east,
Yeah,
toward the stairs?
moving silently.
Yeah. Okay.
Aldrich does his best to keep quiet.
That
in his
ain't
play mail.
happening.
Clank, clank, clank.
That ain't happening.
What I'll do is I'll hang back a little bit.
Okay.
Let the stealthy people go first.
you
Right,
draw
I'll
all
go
the
in front of
attention
you.
so they don't pay attention to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be. I mean, I've got. I'm trying to think. Would I be loud or not with my armor?
No, your ghost elf chainmail
Okay.
is almost noiseless.
Okay, that's fine. I'll be up with the others, stealthily
Okay,
as I can.
All right. You creep then, almost noiselessly, along the corridor. A fresh smell comes to your nostrils. As you leave the stench of the bodies behind, as you move away from it, there's a new stink. Like bile, regurgitated from an empty stomach, and the unmistakable tang of burning hair. And the closer and the further around the corridor you move, the stronger it gets. Hagen, in the lead, you can hear a noise. Soft, scraping noise, as if someone were dragging a wet cloth over a floor, or perhaps scraping mud slowly over stone. Comes again. And the stink gets louder.
The stink gets louder.
Gets stronger.
Are you okay?
This is how you can tell that your DM has no sense of smell. He doesn't know the right smell words.
That's so true.
Right.
The stink is getting brighter by the moment. It gets increasingly stronger. And also, by the way, I should point out, the torches that were set all throughout here are out. The entire place is almost entirely pitch black.
That's fine by me. I have it for vision. But I am going to... I'm going to peek around the corner. I know this is no cloth or mud.
It might be.
It's probably just human carnage.
It's just someone mopping up. It's fine.
There's a lot to mop up, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think this is the janitor.
You proceed to the corner and look around the side.
Oh God, what is it?
You're not even sure exactly what it is you're seeing. At first, you think it is a mound of refuse laid up against the wall of the corridor. But then it moves.
Oh God.
Kind of turns to face you and starts shambling forward. And you realize the reason you think it's a mound is because there are several of the things sliding, oozing, and suppurating across the floor toward you.
And has it seen me? Is that why it's coming toward me?
They've absolutely seen you.
Shit.
That's exactly what it smells like. The closer it comes, the stink gets even stronger by the moment.
Is it
I-
dungy?
Not trying to be stealthy anymore. I turn and bolt.
Okay. Haken comes running around the corridor in the other direction.
I would knock.
You
an
can all
arrow
hear
seeing
it out
that.
behind him. This.
It's just the three. It's just the three. Me and the two elves, right? We can see in the dark.
Yeah, Ballas has infravision as
If
well.
it-
Aldrich
Right.
and Avel, it's like being in a really dark room. Not completely pitch black, but it's extremely gloomy. And you're kind of really following the silhouettes of the elves in the moonlight up ahead.
Right.
Okay, so Hagen comes barreling around the hall, around the corridor. Do you say anything, by the way, Hagen?
Ready yourselves. They're coming.
Aldrich moves to the front.
Well,
I don't know where the front is. I can't see it.
I'll get my
Okay.
shield out.
Okay,
Sorry.
I draw silver fire anyway.
And
These things look like undead. What?
Okay, well, by Silverfire's light and by your infravision,
It's a torch. It's a lightsaber.
as you draw the blade, a pale white illumination sheds from it. And as these things come around the corner, it actually gets brighter.
Bro, I got an elven sword. Suck it. Yes.
I'll
Okay.
speak the word to light up my dagger as well.
Avel,
All right.
stay near me. I can't see in the dark.
Hagen,
No, bro, check it. Look.
you illuminate your dagger similarly, and the pale light floods the hallway, removing any darkness penalties and casting these creatures into stark relief. Their hide is wet and slimy, sores open, suppurating strange fluorescent pusses down their bodies, which appear to be formed of, well, a variety of dead forms rammed together, given unholy light. And yet, there is a strange heat coming off them. Bellis, you don't think they're undead at all.
The demonic.
But you know what? I'm going to have an initiative roll here, I think.
How many of these things are there, by the way?
Three,
You
right?
can see you can see three at the front, but from the wet glistening behind, you think there are more shambling and sliding along the hallway behind.
No. I don't want it.
Well, we're not negotiating.
You're right.
I'm with Hagen. I want to go home.
Okay, Aldrich, Inish, please. And
Five.
now in
5.
five. Okay,
Sorry.
Bellis.
5.
Oh, she's dead. Hagen.
Yes.
Oh,
5.
5. Jadarian.
too soon? Yes.
8, but I did have an arrow knocked. So do I lose that first?
You'll get a shot straight away.
Okay.
Avel.
4.
4 and Bob Newby. Freya.
I'm trying to think of what my
Oh,
dex
maybe.
modifier would be. I got a
Your dex
3 on
modifier is 2.
so I've got 5.
That's a lot of 5s.
Yeah, it is indeed. Jadarian.
Okay, obviously I'll let the first one loose.
You've got pinpoint accuracy, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so the arrow literally kind of flies just past the heads of your companions. Does that cool Elrond thing, twirling someone's hair, and these things are armor class 12,
Okay.
short and dumpy and easy to hit.
So I can only miss on a 1 then. Well, I'll fire
You
3
can-
three arrows in.
Okay.
So first one's a 5, a 10, and an 18. So all 3 would have hit.
No, you get one shot because you got an arrow knocked, and then the others come on your initiative roll, which is 8. So you're first anyway. So go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's why I fired 3.
Okay. So what's the damage? Give me the damage one by one.
1 by 1. First one
Yeah.
is max damage, which is 13.
Yeah.
Next one is max damage again, 13. And the last
Yeah.
one is 7.
Okay. Jadarian looses 3 arrows straight through the middle of the melee, and the first 3 creatures that came shambling through the corridor fall, pierce through breast and head, their bodies twitching, suppurating, and starting to deliquesce, melting into the floor. It only gives the other ones behind them freer room to move, and they
And My
clamber
movement,
over
I
the
move behind Aldrich and that. If I'm already, I think I'm already behind
clamber
him.
over the others. Okay, and a furious melee breaks out. They got a 5-2, so it's them and Aldrich and Bellis and Hagen and Freya all at the same time.
That guy.
Okay, you see at least another half dozen of them. They just kind of throw themselves forward, climbing over the bodies of their companions, lashing out, trying to get hold of you. It's like being attacked by a waist-high pile of human waste. They literally splash up against you and start clawing madly. So, yeah, we'll just take it in order. Aldrich, and I'll do them. Their attacks are going to be landing at the same time, but you guys can go first. Aldrich.
Okay, I just lay into them.
Yep.
3 Rancer attacks.
Okay.
Oh god. Sorry. Sudden cramp. Aldrich doesn't have a cramp, thankfully. He starts with a 20.
Nice. Well, that's going to take one out immediately.
Aldrich, you okay there?
Hold on. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
20. And then the second attack is a
with your butt.
a modified. Hold on.
Are they low enough hit dice
Second
to
one is
dominate or not?
22 to hit,
No,
and the other one's a hit as well. So 3 hits. First one takes 14 points of damage.
Okay.
The second one takes 17 points of damage.
Killed.
And
Okay, so far, 1, 2, 3, 4,
third
5,
one.
6.
There's 3. Or do I start with 2 attacks?
2.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, you just lay complete waste, and they likewise start to deliquesce into the floor. At the same time as this, Bellis. However, might as well break things up a little bit. As their bodies hit the floor, they start to bubble and hiss, and a foul vapor rises up, filling the corridor. So you've killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'd like the whole group, apart from Jadarian, who backed away, to give me 6 saving throws against poison, please.
Oof. Not nice.
Great.
I forget, do we want to roll above or below us?
You want the number or higher, and you can add your con bonus to this. If you
What dice do you use for saving throw? 20, right? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
it's
How many?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Times.
That is 15 modified.
No. 8, 2. 13,
So I need to
14.
roll higher.
So, higher. So I'm going to do just make your rolls for 6 times, and I'm going to ask you each how many you made.
Okay.
Okay?
Hold on 1 second. Let me write these down.
Okay.
Oh, we each roll 6
Okay.
times.
Yeah, because you killed 6 of them. so far.
Oh, God. Okay.
And we add
Okay.
con bonuses.
I've saved. I've got 2.
I failed one.
Okay, so let's start at we'll work our
Okay.
way at the top. Aldrich, you done?
No. Ooh. It is the suck.
Tis.
It is a horrendous, noxious vapor that billows out of these things. The stench appeared to have been that you had smelled before was simply coming from within them. And now that their bodies disintegrate, it is released, billowing out into the corridor.
Okay.
Okay, Aldrich, how many passes and how many did you fail? Did you fail?
Four passes, 2 fails.
2 fails. Okay, it's 11 damage to you.
Of what type of damage? Sorry, just accusing.
Inhaling butt poison from the whole little from the fart demons. Bellis,
1. I failed 1.
you failed 1. Okay, so that's only 6 poison damage to you. You cough and clamp your mouth shut. Hagen.
I also failed 1.
Okay, 6 to you likewise. Jadarian, you're too far away. Avel? How did you
I
fail?
failed 3.
Oh dear, that's 15 poison damage to you. You're right,
Wow.
literally at the epicenter of the explosion of noxious gas.
That's really stupid.
And Freya, how many fails?
I failed 3 as well.
Okay, 15 to you as well.
What's 38? What's 38 take away 15?
You're in 23. I'll give you guys a quick
Oh.
hit point rundown in a moment.
Nice.
Okay. At the same time as all this is happening, Bellis.
Bellis raises her holy symbol. By the power of the mother, be gone. Dust.
Okay. And you can make me a turn roll, please, Bellis.
I know what these things are as a player. But,
You do?
yeah.
They're hilarious.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
A 10.
That gets me 5 plus hit dice.
Yeah, okay. Your holy symbol flares, and the remaining creatures, of which you count perhaps another 4 or 5, still sliding forward, halt, throw up their tiny little hands, try to back away down the corridor away from you. Hagen.
Hagen, with his free hand, is going to draw his rapier. And with rapier and dagger, he's going to go and attack with both of them. First swiping with his main hand with the rapier.
All right. They're AC 12.
Right. And it's
Aldrich,
-2, right? If I do 2 weapon attacks.
Yeah, -2 on the second one, yeah.
Oh, -2 on the second one. Okay.
Yeah, well, do you have...
I thought it was -2 on one and then -4 on the other.
Sorry, I should check. Do you have improved coordination or improved balance as weapon proficiencies?
Probably not.
No, I don't.
Then you're right. It's -2, -4.
-4, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Cool, sorry.
Ulrich
Alright,
makes a
that's
mental note to teach him how to do those things.
That's a 15.
Yeah, that's a direct hit, stabbing straight into its pustulant little body.
All right. And then that is 7 damage.
Okay, another one bursts.
All right. And then he goes in with the dagger. Which is
Yep.
All right. And that is going to be, I believe, let me check here. Yeah, that's going to be, sorry, my mind is drawing a blank. That's going to be a 13.
That's again a hit. Stepping with the dagger.
Okay. Yep.
Sinks deep into the little demon's flesh.
Yeah, it's another 7.
All right. And again, you rupture its filthy, pustulant body. All right. And finally, on the same initiative count in the middle of this furious back and forth melee, Freya.
So how many are left?
There are 3 left.
There are 3 left. Okay. So I'm going to throw 4 darts.
Okay.
1 each, and then one has 2 of them. I think it's actually. Yep, I've hit all. And are these? What size creatures are these?
They count as small and medium, so it's a D3 plus your strength. Well.
So 3 7s and an 8.
You don't even need the 4th dart. All 3 of them are failed by the incredible speed and strength with which you throw. And then, as before,
How was it?
their bodies deliquesce into noxious vapors.
Jadarian just snaps his bow, walks home, crying.
And I want another 5 saves from everybody, but
Can I,
Jadarian,
knowing that
please.
this is coming, can I hold my breath?
this all happens on a 5.
Am I?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You step forward, slaughter like 3 of them. Jadarian's shot 3. Bellis does
Is it 5?
a turn, and Freya throws darts, and there's bodies bursting, vapor roiling all over the place. So yeah, it's all at the same time. You're next, actually, Abel.
5 saves.
Against
Okay,
Constitution?
No, poison.
Got lucky this
No,
time.
I mean, but you have to roll. Oh, right, yeah.
Roll a
you're
7
right.
throw or higher. Yeah,
No, I add my Constitution. Okay.
yeah, your con bonus. Yeah,
Yeah.
Did you say 6 or 5?
5 this time.
5.
Okay, Aldrich, was that 5 saves? Okay, well, yeah, you've got your mouth clamped firmly shut. Bellis.
Failed once.
Failed 1. Okay, that's 2 poison damage to you from an unfortunate gas that goes up your nostril. Hagen?
Hagen passes all his saves.
Nice one. And Avel?
I also have my mouth clamped shut.
Okay, good. And Freya?
I didn't fail any, so I like to think when I threw the darts, I did like a spin and then walked away knowing that I'd hit them. And I just
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Very
They
much
don't.
like throws and then
Yeah.
turns around, like
Super
Hagen
cool.
just sort of pulled up a cloth mask of
That's her.
Yeah.
But wow.
Okay. Nice.
So snooty.
And with that, silence falls upon the corridor.
But do I not get to
There's
do
nothing left to
anything?
lie. You can
Yeah, you're just there to
You
take
can
Oh, that's
damage.
rubbish.
look really cool.
you are a nightlight.
Yeah, you're just there to take damage.
That's so true. I got a lightsaber now.
Well,
Sick.
the light in the blade slowly fades as the bubbling and hissing
Aww.
of the
Bummer.
creatures
I go and
signals
pick
their
up my
departure in
dried,
some form or other from
arrows.
this plane. Yep.
One of them broke.
Once the gas dissipates, I exhale and start coughing furiously.
All right, quick hit point rundown. Aldrich, you're on 44. Bellis, 25. Hagen, 36. Avel, 23. Freya, 31. Easy to defeat. But as if in some twisted mirror of the worm priests, their death brings a touch of vengeance for them.
I give Avel a little bit of healing. Let me see.
Thank you.
She gets a cure.
Aldrich walks up to Bellis. Those things dissipated just like the Vrock did. Are those the same? Are they demons?
I had the feeling they were demonic. That was correct, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, how many hit points did I get back?
Cure moderate is, what was it again? 2d8, right?
No, Cure Moderate is D10 plus 2, I believe.
Wait.
Wait, you healed us? Almost, or-
10 for Avel.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Who else was seriously mauled by these guys?
You're the lowest, but then the next one up from there is Freya.
Freya. Freya was...
I got
31.
15. I got hit by 15.
Okay, I'll give you also a cure moderate.
I lost 11, but I
And
don't know. I'm
it's-
still fighting fit. So.
That's 9 for you.
Yeah, 14. All right. The touch of the Ghost Mother removes at least some of the aching or burning sensation within your lungs from whatever these paltry demonic foes were. Although they proved no great obstacle in battle, whatever threats you face hereafter, you are slowly depleting your resources.
Thank you, miss. I don't actually think I ever caught your name.
Bellis.
Bellis. Thank you.
Hagen sheathes his rapier, keeping the dagger out and lit up for the benefit of those who can't see in the dark.
Thank you.
We should press on.
Agreed. Let's keep moving.
I'll knock another arrow and follow Hagen.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up my dance.
Yes. By darts, by the way, they're not little bar darts. They're like this long.
No,
Proper.
they're
yeah.
bar darts. Totally
No.
bar darts.
Given-
All right. Fine.
Giving up on they're little foam darts, really. Actually, she's just that good with them. She managed to go-
They're just
Yeah.
foam darts.
She's like
Then Nerf
she's
darts.
like bullseye.
Nerf or
She's like
nothing.
bullseye from Marvel. She can kill with anything.
Heck yeah.
But
Are you-
yeah,
is she a
Hagen.
dart specialist? That's really cool.
Hagen mostly gives up on stealth at this point, favoring speed as he just carries on with carrying a light.
Am I still invisible? Because technically I didn't attack anybody.
That's true. You are still invisible. Yes.
I've been holding this glowing sword this entire time, being invisible.
So how does that look? The sword is this
Fantastic.
just floating, or is
No,
there just this glow?
You just see light
Yeah,
with no apparent
nice.
source.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I stay in the shadows.
Yes. Proceed around the passageway, passing by one door on your left, and then come to the stairs leading to the upper floor. You heading up?
Yeah.
Can we have the map again, just so to get some sense?
The map.
Map is
The map's there, but I'm gonna move it to the upper floor now. But can you see on the floor that you're on where you come around the curving corridor and go to the stairs?
We can see the bottom floor, yeah. So go around there, yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So that stairway leads to here. To this area right here. You emerge into this corridor. Jadarian, Hagen, first up the stairs. You see it first. The great scorch mark along the floor. And there against one of the walls, where the explosion was obscured by a body. A vague, blurry outline where Chanta Flair fell.
Let's get this done and over with.
Let's keep moving.
Can we hear anything? I'm going to listen out.
Any more slimy sounds?
And yes, Jadarian. You'll see there's a doorway, not quite opposite the stairs, but almost opposite the stairs.
By the way, if we meet another group of these little demon things, we maintain distance and missile fire only.
Agreed. Okay. What distance were they when
From
it exploded? Was it 30 feet?
10.
10.
So literally just right in melee area.
So
melee
the door
range.
that you were pointing at, that's where the demon was being summoned, yeah?
Yeah, from this door here,
Yeah.
you can hear a low rumbling noise, like pulsating.
Does it sound like breathing?
It sounds like a great furnace, as if somebody were pumping bellows repeatedly into the coals, but deep, throbbing, thrumming.
I take it both Hagen and me heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try and I quietly move up to the door and see and peek through the keyhole.
Okay. Put your eye up to the keyhole. You see, stretching away into the darkness of the room, summoning circles. A row of 3 of them just inside the door. Beyond that, another row of 4. In fact, you know what? You might as well have a little look here. Yeah, you can just about make out this far.
Wow.
And from the far end of the chamber, back here somewhere, there's this weird light coming. Your eye,
Weird how.
your brain even, you can't say what color it is. It's as if someone has taken purple, slathered it with green, and then set it on fire. This warping, pulsating color out of another space, erupting into your world. But it is as if your world cannot contain its hues. It begins to give you a headache just looking at it. It seems to be coming from some large oval shape, you think, that ripples like water, and the light is rolling and spinning out of it.
Do I feel like it's a portal?
Could well be. Briefly, something moves in front of the keyhole.
And it stays there, or?
No? As if someone had walked, crossing your field of vision.
I whisper to Hagen, there's something in there. And I mention all the summoning circles, and there's a portal.
That's where the demon went.
Dude, Jesus, where did you come from?
I'm pretty quiet as well.
Ghost elves. Alright, let's head in. Don't see any sense lollygagging around here.
Shall we do this first, or should we actually go for those other 3 rooms first? Maybe there's something in those rooms that will give us ammunition to deal with what's here. I think this is the main room where we want to end up.
Yeah, I don't think it's wise to go stumbling into a room full of summoning circles.
Not yet.
Fine. Fine, we can look around first.
There's something in there, though. It could come behind us, so make sure we've got a rear guard.
I'll cover the rear. You guys go ahead.
Okay.
We'll head down to the doors where we knew where the glyphs were.
This place here.
Yeah, we'll let Bellis go and do what she has to do.
All right.
We know that one of them had body parts in it, right? The one at the end.
Yeah, this one right back
We
here.
looked through the
Yeah, there was like a body part bench. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, Bellis, with Hagen and Jadarian leading the way, making sure it's clear for you. And Hagen, indeed, as you round the corner, the light from your dagger illuminates the walls, the 3 doors. You catch out of the corner of your eye an immense dried blood stain on the floor. Poor Clam and Blam. But ahead, the doors are still closed.
Gonna stand back.
I'm trying to find the password that you gave me. I can't find it.
Oh dear, you appear to have forgotten it.
You can wait and I can search. I'll find it eventually.
It'll have been in an email.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We weren't on Discord.
No, it wasn't on Discord.
So Bellis kind of comes to a halt.
Something wrong.
I wrote it down somewhere. Can't find it just now. Give me a sec.
Is it in your flat box? You seem to keep a lot of things in there.
I look puzzled at her. What do you know about my flat box?
Nothing? You ain't never heard that from me. I'm invisible, remember?
Mm-hmm.
You're invisible, not inaudible, unfortunately.
Who said that?
I can't see you, so you can't see me.
What are you there?
Or the reverse thereof.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lean next to Jadarian and just be like, so, these are the heroes, huh?
I don't think anyone's ever claimed to be heroes. We are the ones stepping up to do something, yes.
Here we go.
If that makes us heroes, I don't know.
Here we go.
She produces a little scrap of paper.
I facepalm the side that doesn't have a mask on it.
Kuwolat.
Which door do you say it in front of?
In front of the one with the darkened with the summoning circle and the body parts.
This one right here at the end.
Yeah.
The one that the password belongs to.
All right. As you say the word, the glyph briefly flares into view, and then you see it fade. Like an ember going out in a fire, or the after trail of a sparkler that you waved in the air to write your name.
Mm-hmm.
Aldrich, no sooner is the glyph off the door, and you're keeping a rear guard, out of this hallway here, see this one here? This one?
Yeah.
A figure steps out, not alerted by your sound, just quite literally happens to step out of the hallway, sees your group. He's maybe 4.5 feet high, a thick, heavy beard, dressed in a patchwork of leather and chain armor, has an axe slung at his hip. It's a dwarf. He looks up in shock. What the bloody hell are you doing here? And I think this is probably a good point to take a break.
I need to be able to get my dice.
What the bloody hell are you doing here? The dwarf says, but it's shot from a different camera angle, and it's clear that it's not the same bit of footage. But just like every commercial break, come back.
Well, he's talking to R now, I'm assuming.
Aldrich.
Yeah. And he kind of looks down. Elves? What the?
Who are you?
No. Who are you?
We're the cleanup crew.
We outnumber you, little thing.
Bloody hell, how many of you's in here?
I'm invisible, so I stay silent.
Okay.
I was really
Why
hoping
don't
that
you
was you
answer
just
us
going,
before
I'm
I cut
invisible.
Why don't you answer us before I cut that little beard off?
Oh. Like that, is it? He looks you up and down, Aldrich. Valandor.
Yeah. What of it?
If you don't mind. And he gestures toward the door that you just opened, Bellis. I suggest we get out of sight as quickly as possible. My name's Dalgath, and I'm supposed to be the captain of the guards here. Although for how much longer, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's not safe to roam these halls. You wouldn't believe what we just saw.
Roam these halls? All right, Mr. Fancy Pants. Let's just get ourselves out of sight.
After you.
You can perambulate the vestibules at your leisure. Come on.
Outside of what?
Well, if you want, you can stick around and we can pass the time of day here in the passageways until another patrol of mains comes.
Less talking. Get into this room here.
Moonwhite, it says less talking. It's the first bloody time I've heard something like that.
Was he here last time?
You didn't. Sorry. Oops. So, unless anybody is going to object or prevent him,
I would like to stay in the corridor.
I mean, I keep a close eye on him, but
because I'm invisible, so I'll just not move.
You stay outside then, and he ushers you through the door and into the chamber beyond. Which, as you may recall from your last visit here, the main thing of note are the body parts. I mean, the summoning circle is one thing. There's a small one in the middle of the room. I'll just...
I have still got an arrow knot.
Yes. I'll just reveal it for you. Here you go. It's a small chamber with a little circle in the summoning circle in the center. But other than that, against the northern wall, there is a table. And on the table, heaped rather unceremoniously, a couple of torsos, some legs, some arms, and the head that you saw just kind of leaning against the back wall. As I said during your last visit, this is where they keep their body parts.
Nice thing you've got going here.
Once you're all ushered into the room, Dalgath looks around and pulls the door closed behind you. Isfjell, you're stuck in the hallway now.
Are there any particular race of them, or is it just mixed?
It appears to be a mixture of humans.
Okay.
From what you can tell, I mean, I don't know how much time Freya has put into elf leg identification, but there would appear to be humans.
Knowing my experience with fights and just battle training in general and weapons, can I see what did this damage to these bodies? I mean, was it?
They've probably been cut off post-mortem. Okay. So as if someone has sliced them up with a very large, sharp knife, and given the precision of the wounds, they were probably dead at the time, given the lack of obvious struggling.
Yes. Gotcha.
I make a careful observation of the body parts.
Yeah.
Another question is: are the body parts dismembered in a sort of ritualistic fashion, or is it more medical, like experimentation looking?
It's not really easy to tell, to be honest. What would you say would be the main differences between those two categories?
Well, medical, there might be the instruments around it might be different. That's what I'm saying.
There are no instruments whatsoever. There's just a bunch of bodies, neatly sliced body parts on a table.
Neatly.
Yeah, fairly.
Are they arranged in a certain way, or
no? They're just heaped up one on top of the other. As I said before, this is where they keep their body parts.
Yes.
Hagen, and I also look at Freya. Could you maybe have a look around the walls here, whether you see something that's out of the ordinary?
I'm going to have a look for any secret doorways.
I'll have a look underneath the table.
Are we in room
Neither
19?
of you. Yes, neither of you finds anything. Bellis, you poke your head under the table. Nothing there. A few dust bunnies. Sorry, am I keeping you from something important? The dwarf says.
Yes.
Right. So you were supposed to be here for the wedding, weren't you?
Yes.
Aye. Some matter of
we actually were
forged invitations, as I heard.
No, they were quite.
Now.
They were quite possible.
Aye,
as I remember.
Yes, my guards were in some state of disagreement about it, so I let the matter go. What are you here for?
To put an end to this demonic nonsense.
Good.
And to clean it out.
Is he sincere?
He's a dwarf. Everything he says appears to be sincere.
And to clean the place out afterwards, because I don't expect anybody else to be left alive after this. If I
there's few left here that deserve life.
How many of you left?
There's me. There's maybe a half dozen servants who are here. Nowhere else to go. And there's Lady Alathuria, Lord Dalgath's wife. She's all but a prisoner in her bedchamber now, driven half mad by what she's learned of her husband.
Who's in the portal room?
What has she learned?
Yes. Well, what do you think she's learned about him? That he's neck deep in demon shit.
Okay.
What was
his purpose here?
Whose? Lord Dalgath?
Yes.
Well, this is his fortress, so his purpose was to sit in his big high fancy chair and order folk like me around and say, bring me my wine. And can you put the coals on the fire and stoke them a little bit higher? That sort of crap.
I think she means, why does he want to deal with demons. Why all the massacre?
Because he's got aspirations too big for his boots. Didn't like his lot in life. Fancied a step up or two on the ladder. Well, marriage is one way to do that, and trafficking with dark powers of the abyssal realms would be another.
But can you tell me about the priest?
And what of his son?
Azamar,
Mm-hmm.
he's a bastard. It's his arrival here that got Dalgath involved in all this garbage, pitched up about, 6 months ago.
He came from House Mordoth, I heard.
Aye, that he did. Look what happened to them. Why? You know it.
Oh, yes.
You knocked them right on their backsides, eh?
Well, I would say that they knocked themselves on there. It was them that chose the wrong path.
All right,
Valinor.
Mr. Philosopher. You
They
just
did
split hairs.
They did the same thing as Lord Dalgath did.
Yes, well, it's a bit of a poison that's seeped into the veins of this bloody empire. And now look at the state of it. Another few years and there'll be no empire to speak of. Well,
So, can we interest you in joining forces
yes, you can.
and helping
On one condition.
out of here?
You get Lady Elathuria out. And you help me kill Azamar.
Sure. That's the deal.
All right, good.
I mentioned the portal room. Who's in there?
Well, Azamar's holding court there with his fancy bit of totty.
What's the fancy bit of totty?
That's how he's got Dalgath doing whatever he wants. He's got some witch who just, flaunts her cleavage at the man, and he just goes all doolally.
Right. Let's go and find in these other rooms anything we can use against them before we go into that room.
What about this? What about the young lord?
Lumio. Not seen him since the wedding, come to think of it. Don't recall finding a body either.
We probably run off with that young
His
maid.
bride and prospective father and mother-in-law cut to pieces. But no, he... In fact, he made himself quite absent from the feast fairly early on, to be fair. So I'm not sure where he ended up.
He was shagging a wench upstairs here.
Right. That doesn't surprise me. Well, maybe he got away with his life then. If not, at least he had one good shag before he went. More than can be said for me. Do you have any idea how hard it is to find a... You know what? Never mind.
No one cares.
That's what I've learned. No one bloody cares about Dalgath.
It's very convenient for him to leave the ceremony early for his new bride, father, and mother-in-law while he leaves, right?
I'm not sure the young fool could have even thought up a scheme like that. But who
Was
knows?
he? No, he was cleverer than you think. Was he in league with his dad on the demonic thing? Do you know?
I don't know. No.
Who was he shagging in the hallway? Was it the cleavage lady you were just speaking about?
Why do you?
Because, I mean, for crying out loud, that could have been the same woman. She could have been playing both sides.
She was a servant wench. That's what I remember, right, guys?
Yes.
Well, we couldn't really see properly, but it just appeared to be a yeah.
So I don't think this busty lady that Lord Dalgath fell for will be the same.
Right.
Unless, of course.
I mean, it's possible. It's just...
Yeah, of course. It was interesting and noteworthy because it was actually his wedding day that we saw him upstairs here.
Right.
Yes. What's behind this door here, dwarf?
Clearly a very loyal man.
Aye, well, that's not a word I'd often apply to Lumio.
No.
This whole little set of rooms back here, Azamar kept them off guard with some of his fancy, smanchy magic words, what makes your ears bleed out if you look at them wrong. As far as I understand, most of it is libraries and little minor summoning areas. He got set up in one of the main upper halls with, a good fair few of them, but this was sort of, I suppose, a little research area for him.
Yeah, well, let's clear it out, and maybe we find some hints that will highlight some of his weaknesses.
Okay.
Wait, did we ask where he is now, or does he not know?
Yeah, he said most likely in the summoning room we were just looking at.
Right,
Dalgath or Azamar? Azamar, yeah.
Asmar, sorry. Yeah. Summoning room.
He'll be in his summoning room doing. I don't really want to think about what he's doing in there.
And how about Lord Dalgath?
Wherever her busty ladyship is, probably fawning at her thigh and just looking for one glance from those honeyed eyes.
So also in the same room as Azamar.
If she's with Azamar, then Dalgath will be there too.
Okay.
Not with his wife, that's for sure.
What weaknesses are we going to find pouring through a bunch of books?
Sorry.
What weaknesses are we going to find pouring through a bunch of books back in his research rooms?
It's not just the books that are interesting. The books are worth a considerable amount of money, so I would like to secure those before we actually do the battle. So if we have to run after the battle or during the battle, we run with some money. But there might be something there which actually, I don't know, makes him weak.
Sounds like women make him weak.
He's
What?
summoning for rocks. What happened to the rock?
We killed it.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
send it back.
we'll never kill it. Is it back?
No, he can summon it back if he wants. Yeah, sure.
Is there any other demons around here, dwarf?
There's these revolting little stinky bastards who've been given the job of patrolling the hallways.
Downstairs, yes?
And up here too. And these other things, little, stunted like the stinky bastards, but more vicious.
Like dwarves. Okay, vicious. Okay,
Very funny. I'm surprised you can breathe all the way up there.
do we know any idea? Have I got any idea what he's talking about?
You know, I mean, demonology's not your thing, is it? So,
Nope.
no.
I have got knowledge of the planes, actually.
Can you describe them some more, please?
You can give me, both of you, Judarian and Bellis, can give me intelligence checks,
Yep.
please.
Knowledge
at
planes.
at -4.
-4. So I'm just going to roll a dice and you tell me what it is. So I rolled a
Yes.
6, so probably not.
That's fine.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, it's an ability check.
Oh. Oh, so, okay.
Below, yeah.
Okay.
Still
yeah.
learning.
They're like these, I suppose, they're green-skinned, look like a bit of a cross between, it's hard to say, a bit like a gorilla and a pig. Big, pointy ears and fangs. They're not overly strong, but they come at you like mad beasts. They do. They can. They've got a stench about them, but it's more that they vomit it forth, and doesn't kill you, but it'll make you a kilo of vomiting and keep you there while they gut you to pieces. And I've seen them move things around with their minds as well. Like they kind of wave their hands about, and books and crocs and whatnots fly about. Sort of push a man off the battlements once. So, yeah, there you go.
What does that sound like?
It sounds like a very lowly form of demon known as a dretch.
Dretch, okay.
They travel in swarms. They're not particularly powerful, but they can overwhelm people with numbers. And unlike many of the other the least types of demon, they have a small amount of magic resistance too. Every now and then a spell fails against them.
What about hitting them? Does it have to be magical weapons to hit them?
It does not, no. Okay. They're incorporated in very simple bodies made of lowly planar material.
And they're not invulnerable to fire or ice or that kind of thing?
Well, like all demons, they're invulnerable to electricity, take no damage from normal fire, and only half damage from magical fire.
So, acid.
Yeah, well, acid.
That's not my
Pop
forte.
darts?
They take full damage from acid, yes. And your darts would affect them, yes, because they're not immune to normal weapons.
Okay. So we know how to we have an idea on how to approach them, guys? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for the next room. I don't think there's anything here, right?
But it's another door.
No, in
so-
this, as I said, this is just the body storage chamber.
And there's nothing in the other door to our south.
Okay, well, you want to go look through there?
Absolutely.
I've
And
asked the
again-
Alright.
dwarf what's in there, but yeah.
Like I say, this whole area around here is a little complex of research rooms. I wasn't allowed in, and I didn't know the magic word to stop my brains from melting, so I didn't bother opening the doors.
No,
Bellis, is this one glyphed as well?
it's the same.
This one, this internal door, you don't detect any magic on it or of glyphs.
Traps, maybe?
Get Hagen to have a look.
Yes, please.
All right.
Hagen, you do not find any traps on the door.
Then I'll open the door.
Okay, well then you discover it's locked.
Okay. I'm going to try and open the lock.
Okay, you can roll that for me. It's
We
45,
have some
isn't it?
keys from those guards we killed. Maybe one of them fits? Before you...
Clam and Blam.
Yes. They had a set of
You
keys.
do.
Yep, that's right. I did have those. I'm going to try each key. Do any of those?
Okay.
work?
Eventually, yes, you find a key that slides the door nicely open. All right, let me just reveal the area for you. It's actually a whole kind of... There you go. A central hallway from that central door there, and the chamber itself. Horrendous. Body parts laid in ritual shapes on the floor. Heads, limbs, arms, forming these strange coiling glyphs. Those of you with spellcraft ability see it right away. This is what these body parts are being used for. To work dread incantations, to reach across the plains and contact the lords of the abyss. Around the walls, embedded into niches on the walls, are idols of demon gods. You recognize the twin heads of Demogorgon, the skull-tipped wand of Orcus, the winged form of Pazrahel, the six-fingered lord with his wavy blade of Grazist. Potent demon idols. And on a crude black stone altar, what appears to be a ceremonial staff of some kind, studded with red and black gems all down its length. You came looking for treasure. This certainly counts as valuable material to the right buyer. Avel, meanwhile, in the hallway outside, your invisible state, you hear more of those strange slurping noises.
Oh no.
And emerging from this junction here, you see a group of the creatures identified as mains, the strange noxious
Which one?
demons.
Right.
Sorry, here.
Yeah.
They come down in this direction. To your relief, they begin to head off this way.
Okay. And they can't see me?
They don't appear to be able to see you.
Nice.
However, a moment later, another figure walks into view slowly behind them. and you see this individual.
Okay. Headgear.
Yes.
Oh, he's
Some
like
kind
a
of-
snake.
Some kind of scaled armor. You think a mighty wyvern hide, actually.
Yeah.
Ornate shoulder garbs, a fancy headdress, some kind of large staff which he's holding. I'll just show you quickly because he's a little bit out of shot. Here.
Why the long face?
Let's see. Heavy, he's got heavy teeth.
Yes.
Yeah. And to your horror, he starts really quite calmly to walk down the hallway toward the small complex of rooms into which your friends have just gone.
Okay. Okay, right. Well, I'm gonna shuffle, not too loud, otherwise he can't, I don't want him to hear my boots, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna, shuffle along to the room that they've gone into, and I'm gonna, tap on the door, I'm gonna use the secret knock.
You run the risk of alerting him. So if you want to just get the pitch just right that your friends can hear, but he can't, I'm going to need a D20 roll from you.
Oh, ruddy flip. What do I have to roll?
Just roll.
I hate you.
Good.
Signal us by
17.
singing an alarm song with your banjolele.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about doing that. What?
I'm sure you
Okay.
Yes! Secret knock.
It's just a little bit too loud.
Fuck.
He stops, cocks his head. In the chamber, however, the rest of you hear it quite clearly. Someone knocking on the door of the outer chamber.
Ready, guys?
Get ready, yeah.
We have company.
I'm gonna grab my shield, and stand by the door that's gonna open
I
by the
cast
side.
a glyph of warding on the door that is coming to us.
I hide.
So not the door we just came into. Let me have a quick look. But the door that we most likely will get our company in from.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Aldrich steps just so that he's with his back to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So that if somebody comes through either doorway, they can't immediately see him.
Okay.
What if it's Avil?
Avil. The figure in the hallway stops. Leans on his staff. And then speaks. Darthu Demogorgon, Veliklan. And there's just a shimmer of light around his eyes. And he looks about the hallway. And for a moment, he appears to be staring right at you. And then turns, robes swirling, and strides back around the corner, looking back over his shoulder just once before he disappears out of sight.
Am I not invisible anymore?
You can't see yourself.
Okay.
What do you
I don't
do?
like it.
In the chamber, the rest of you are still kind of poised, ready. Bellis, you put a glyph on... which door in particular was that, sorry?
That's the door. Basically, we went to the next door, right? From the... I need to see the layout.
Yeah, I'm bringing it back now.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm mistaken. I thought we were already in the library room, but we're not. We're in room 18 now, right?
Yeah, you just moved into 18. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So which door would you put it on?
It would have been put on the door from into the corridor next to 18. You see it?
So this one here.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Gotcha. Good.
I immediately step back as he does that, knowing that's already got a glyph on it.
Yeah, but I'm
It's
not
got a glyph on the other side.
Okay. Can I go up to the room that they're in? Like, go up to the door and just let them know it's me?
The one they went through.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. There's an incredibly subtle strumming from the hallway outside.
Stop!
Let me in!
Jesus. It's
I'm
open.
gonna throttle that boy.
No, it's not open. I let her in.
Okay.
The moment anybody touches that door, that glyph doesn't go away.
No, but
Yeah.
not that you don't want to be opening the one that's in 18 leading out.
No, but it's the other one with the glyph still on it. So you use the password to open it. All right.
Yeah.
The door opens. Well, there's no sign of Abel, but clearly he's there.
Guys,
Well,
you won't believe what I just saw. Okay, so I was in the corridor, right? And I was standing there, and you guys are doing things in rooms, whatever, with like a little man. And then all of a sudden, I saw some of them poo things again. Well, I don't know what they're called, and they were like squelching down the corridor, and I was like, "Oh, here we go again." But then they like went a different way, and then this man followed them, and he looks like a snake. And he's got a big staff, and he looked at me, and he did this, and he said some words, and then he walked away.
What words did he say?
I thought you said he looked like a snake. What do you mean he walked?
What? He looked like a snake. Listen, okay. So he had legs, all right? Bad, foresight on my part. I should have told you. But like the front of him was like a snake. Oh, more like a wyvern, should I say. Wyverns have legs,
armor.
Just armor.
Yeah.
Yes, he was wearing armor.
More importantly, what were the words?
Are you accompanied by a mad ghost?
Yes, that's exactly what I am. Anyway, I don't remember what the words were off the top of my head. Unless I do, you're kind of generous dungeon master.
No, it's clearly some kind of spell that you're not familiar with.
Okay, I have no idea what you said to me.
I'll give you a
You
lore
decided
check.
the logical course of action was to stand outside the door playing your stupid banjo, whatever it is.
What? He went off the other side. You know what I mean? He was out of sight, and I panicked. Okay. Besides, you guys didn't open the door when I did the secret knock. What was I supposed to do?
We never agreed a secret knock. I looked at Bellis, maybe a see invisibility.
Just out of curiosity, if this man did turn tail and head back, who's to say he's not getting reinforcements?
That's exactly what he is doing.
Yes, I was about to say.
That's a very good thought.
Okay, let's finish what we were doing here. Instead of yapping. Let's go.
What are we doing with this staff?
What? What stuff?
Did Mark say there was
I
a
don't
staff
think-
laid out on the
There
table?
was a staff.
Yeah,
There's an altar with some
but
kind
I
of.
don't think
There's some
the
kind of.
staff was supposed to be power.
There's an altar with a ritual-looking rod on it, studded with red and black gems. In the this ritual room.
Then just take it.
No, wait. Don't touch anything in here. I need to have a. Can I have rack my memory on the rituals of what I know of the rituals of these demonic entities? I've read some of the books that we had.
You've leafed through some of Ulfrim's stuff, yeah.
Ulfrim's and also from the other guy, from the Bone Father. He had also some demonic.
Yeah, this is almost certainly the material components for some kind of communing or contact other plane spell. So being used to reach out and open contact with denizens of the lower planes.
Right. Okay. And this is worth a lot of money, I suppose.
Scanning around, yeah. If you could find the right kind of buyer, you could probably sell this for perhaps 10 grand to another demonologist. But the little idols and the staff with the gems itself, just on their own, are probably worth about 5,000. just purely for the precious materials in them.
Okay. Of course, they're. We need to check whether they're trapped, and then we don't touch them, and we dunk them into the
I take it you got rid of that body out of there.
Huh?
I take it you got rid of that other body.
Yeah. He's at Valendor. He's actually how we got all the information.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, cool.
I questioned him.
Okay. So what are you doing with the stuff?
Well, I asked Hagen to make sure that that there's no traps in near those idols, and to watch out not to touch it, not just yet.
Okay.
Be careful with that.
Right. Your fun remove traps is 40, and if it's a magical trap, it's only 20.
All right.
No, you don't think they're trapped.
Great.
Okay. So I take my staff and I tip them over into my flat box. I don't want to touch those idols.
Okay. One by one.
Yeah.
Knock the idols off their perches into your flat box. Okay. They disappear into the extra dimensional space.
Okay. And check also for the scepter, whether it's trapped or not.
On the scepter? Nope, no traps on the scepter.
I do detect magic.
You detect a strong conjuration magic on the scepter.
Summoning magic. Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously. Okay, but there's no abjuration there or necromancy or...
No.
Okay. Same thing. I'll use the staff to tick it into the flat box.
Okay, fine, good. Similarly, you just perch your staff at the just behind the rod, and roll it nicely and rapidly into the flat box. There is a sudden eruption of black light out of the staff, boiling, seething up, and quite literally out of the very air itself. This erupts into sight and hurls itself, yammering and shrieking straight at you, Bellis. Second claw hit.
Oops.
Do I get to fire?
I am not surprised, and that's one thing, right? Because I'm a moonwight. It's very difficult to get surprised.
Mm-hmm. 3 damage from a claw that rakes across you. And at its touch, you realize this thing, summoned from the negative material plane, has some kinship with the undead, as you feel your life energy sucked away by the very brush of its claws.
Shit.
I don't know if I'm able to. I don't know if this is something I can do. Am I able to put my shield in front of Bellis as like a reaction? I don't know if that's something I'm able to do.
Not with the rapidity with which this thing has appeared.
Right, I see.
It quite literally has thrown itself on top of her body, slavering and shrieking. Okay. Bellis, you get a reaction first, and then if you haven't decimated it with your holy power.
Do I get to shoot my arrow as well?
Not before Bellis.
Okay.
I slam my holy symbol into the creature's forehead and command it to be gone.
Okay, make me a turn roll, please.
That's 17.
Mark smirked there, so...
A 17?
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, I need to look that up. The thing shrieks and throws itself backward from you, and as your there's stretches of skin like melted cheese off a pizza as it pulls itself away. There's a black teardrop shape in its forehead from your holy symbol, and it throws itself into the corner of the room. in terror at the touch of your holy device. Okay, Jadarian, you can fire your arrow, then we'll roll for initiative.
Yeah. Also 19, so that's a crit. So that's max damage. 13.
Nice. Is this the magical arrow?
No.
No. Okay, so the arrow goes straight into its heart. The thing kind of looks down at it and pulls it out, and throws the shaft to one side.
So does it look like it did no damage?
Initiative, quick. It looks like it did no damage at all. Initiative, quickly, please, guys.
You need magical
4.
weapons.
Ooh, 9.
4 from Aval, 9 from Jadarian,
4
Aldrich,
from me.
8.
8, 4 from Freya, Bellis,
3.
3 from Bellis and Hagen.
Nevin.
Was it say 7?
No, Nevin.
Yes.
I was like, that's either 11 or 7.
Oh, make up numbers, man.
Fuse DM.
I scored a Yag team. Okay, Jadarian.
I'm gonna step back behind Aldrich and that, and just my action will come afterwards. I think to see what happens. I'm not sure yet.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so you hold.
Yeah. I'm
okay.
behind the fight.
Aldrich and Hagen, you're up after Aldrich.
Okay. The arrow that Jade shot
Doesn't appear to have bothered us at all.
Right. I pull out the Valandor battle blade, and I play it,
Ooh. Okay.
and I hack at it once, unfortunately, but and that's a 19. So that's.
You're hungry.
I hit it for.
Just reading the chat.
I hit armor class 31.
Okay, yeah, that's just enough to hit it.
And I do 16 damage. Unless it's large.
Jesus. Holy shit bags. Yeah. Okay, the Valandor battle blade, not used in many long years, tastes its first blood, slices into the creature. There is an eruption of smoke from its body as it staggers sideways at the injury that you have dealt it. Hagen.
Right.
Sorry, real quick. The battle blade, is it a one-handed weapon or a two-handed weapon?
Two-handed.
Two-handed, okay. So I can't use my shield.
Big ass two-handed sword.
What are the chances I could hide from this thing? Probably not good.
You could give it a go.
Why not? I might as well. No reason not to. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get out of sight of it.
Okay. All right. I'll roll your hide and shadows for you. Okay. Yeah. Hagen just flattens himself into the shadows against the wall and fades completely from sight.
All right.
Okay. The thing continues to press its attack against you, Bellis, shrieking, slavering, and then comes into sight of your holy symbol once more, realizes you've kind of still got it, and then looks around for a fresh target.
I keep it in the corner if I can.
Okay, well, you'll be able to do that in your action. While you're trying to keep up with it, it scuttles around to the side and then leaps forward toward Aldrich, who has wounded it so grievously.
Come at me, bro.
Okay, well, it manages to leaps towards you, biting. It closes its teeth around your armor, scratches its claws around the side of your armor, and with one of its claws manages to hook it over the top of your breastplate and scrape at your flesh underneath. It burns, almost as if there were poison under its long, dark, ragged nails, and like Bellis, you feel the negative energy within the creature draw your life energy from you.
Yeah, how much do I
I'll get to that.
Oh dear.
Okay. Freya and Aval at the same time.
Do you want to go or shall I go?
Sure, I'll go.
Yep.
All right. I never thought you'd ask. I would like to use my inspiration for the day. Here's a little something I'm working on right now. It's called Let's Not Die Today.
Okay, so for reasons that still escape you, everybody in the party gains a +2 to what? To hit or saves?
You're muted.
To hit.
muted.
Plus
Looks
two,
like to hit.
+2 to hit.
Alright. +2 to hit. Okay. And
So I
Fred.
apologize.
We just feel like we need to hit something.
I'm gonna rush over to Obdric, and I'm going to shield bash this weird ass thing.
Okay, nice.
No matter who you're playing, you've got to rush over to Aldrich.
For a 25 to hit.
Holy crap. Okay. So although you're not able to do damage to the thing with your shield not being magical, it is nevertheless enough to BAM! Knock it clear away from Aldrich. And it goes flying back across the room and slams against the rear wall.
I'm then going to hold my shield up as essentially like a barrier in case anyone it comes out. I can then stop or try and block it in some way.
Okay, Bellis.
I use the holy symbol to back it into a corner if I can once more.
Okay, with it knocked against the far wall, you press your holy symbol forward.
To keep it there.
Puts itself against the far wall, buries itself down into the corner, shrinking away from the terrible sight of your holy emblem. It's new end of the round, but Jadarian, you have an action held.
Yeah. Seeing obviously Avell do obviously inspiration, I run forward and almost motionlessly unsheath his sword and take a swipe at the creature.
Okay.
Silverfire if I can. Yeah.
Oh, unsheath my sword?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Alright then.
Is Apple just like the weapons carrier of the party?
Yeah.
He's
I'm
the
just a
caddy.
cat horse.
The caddy.
Yeah. So obviously it's a longsword, yeah. So I still get my
Yeah.
bonuses and stuff.
Yeah.
+2 to hit. So that's going to be a 7 on a dice.
That's terrible.
So +2 is just 9, and then I've still got +9 to hit. So what I say is I still armor class 18,
18, that's a hit.
and that's not including Silverfire's bonuses.
Yeah, this thing's AC 15, so that's a hit.
Okay, and it's a D8. Yeah. I don't get any strength bonuses. It's not because it's not a thingy weapon, but a 7 on the dice and whatever damage Silverfire does.
Okay. It's a telling blow. It's pinned in the corner, stabbed downward. Silverfire pierces the thing. Pale black fluid just runs thinly out of its body, like gruelish oil. It's starting to give out this high-pitched, piteous noise, knowing that its moments are over. Bellis, if you keep it in the corner, there's very little it can do.
I would have approached with Bellis shield, like kind of trying to block her as well.
Okay. With a series of solid sword thrusts, Jadarian, over and over again, takes another 2 or 3 before the thing finally stops mewling and screaming and twitching and simply lies immobile on the floor.
I lop its head off.
Okay. The blade rises, falls, and you decapitate whatever this horrific creature was.
I throw a
Aldrich?
golden sword.
Yes.
And Bellis have both lost a point of constitution. Aldrich, that has no effect upon your hit points, but Bellis, your maximum hit points are down to 26 now.
Bellis, what was that creature?
a demonic creature of some sorts? Do I know it?
You think it was probably some kind of undead, but something either native or heavily infused with the energies of the negative material plane, bound into the rod as a defense.
Right.
At this point, how does it affect this? How does it feel when like, does it feel like I'm weak? Or...
You feel weaker. You feel less hardy. Your breath comes a little more shallow. There's a ringing noise in your ears.
Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Hagen comes out of the shadows and pretends he helped.
Where were you, man?
And Isfjell is still invisible, right? Isfjell didn't attack, did she? Did he?
No, I didn't. I'm still okay.
Excellent.
He is still invisible.
Waiting for my turn to come back around, damn it.
Excellent.
So I don't throw Ravel the sword, and I would never have found it otherwise.
Don't worry, it was probably glowing or something.
You probably honed in on the sound of the banjo later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll throw
Follow the sound of my banjo.
I hold the sword out then. Instead of throwing it to him, I hold the sword out. Avel, you may want to close.
Oh, yeah. No, here. To the left. All right. Yeah, got it.
Warmer.
Okay.
Colder.
And Silverfire fades from sight.
I need to invest
where are you
in
guys
a magical
going?
weapon. Oh, I'm useless here.
There's the next room, right?
Yes. Let me get your map back.
Yes. So this was in room 18, right? This what happened here.
Yes.
And then is it also
between
overlapping?
this? Yeah. There's a little hallway.
Yeah.
Which with nothing in it.
I'll look for secret
and then
doors.
a door on the far side. Okay.
In the little hallway, there's nothing. I see some little things in the corner there. What's that?
A mapping error.
Okay.
Am I able to tell that they are feeling a bit weaker, Ellis and Aldrich?
They look a little paler, a little worse for wear, but
Aldrich's definitely feeling weaker.
Yeah, he's clearly not over his bottom.
Hi there, Aldrich.
This is a weird little hallway here. I check the hallway just in case there's something I'm missing. Is there a floor mat on the floor?
No. It appears to be simply as it appears.
Okay.
Did I find anything in here?
And Jadarian did not find any secret doors, no.
Okay.
I'll approach Bellis. That attack seems to have done you quite some damage. I'll stay by your side from now on. And I'll just have my shield ready to bash if anything comes towards it.
You will survive this too. I look expectantly at Hagen and then at the door that is in front of us.
He checks for traps.
This is the library thing. So.
Milady.
No traps.
And my detect magic is still on?
Yes, it is. No glyph either.
Okay.
All right. Well, he opens the door then.
Okay. You spend a few moments finding the correct key, and then open the chamber. Bless you. Bless you, Aldrich.
We still needed a rear guard.
Well, you spotted this through the keyhole on your last visit. It is indeed a fairly well-stocked library, and as before, you were able to spot some of the titles on the books. Deep in the lore of demonology, these tomes are not a beginner's library at all. The personal collection of a connoisseur of the abyssal arts.
Do I see beyond the whether there's any of them has magical protections or wardings on them? Because my detect magic is still on, I suppose.
There is a magical protection laid across the entire library. A single one of some potency. You're not entirely sure it's mortal magic either. you're struggling to recognize the exact type of incantation. Reminds you of some of the weird inscriptions that you've seen, perhaps Jadarian's description of the color out of space.
Something demonic.
A demon has laid its protection upon these books.
I'm going to go place my hand on Aldrich's shoulder. I'm going to go take rear guard. I'm worried our snake friend. I'll look for where Isfjell might be standing. Maybe on his way with others. And I'm going to go and stand here and peer around the corner and just keep my eye out down this corridor.
I'm going to stand with you. You might need Silverfire.
Right, well,
Thank
you see them here.
Oh, really?
At this junction. A tight knot of creatures huddled together.
Oh, Jesus.
Just kind of sitting, hunching, moving back and forth on their haunches, scraping against the floor. Kind of one of them scratching at the wall, glaring down the hallway. And behind them, leaning on his great staff, this individual.
It looks like we don't
When
have
he sees
time.
when he sees you appear,
I wanted to peer around, so I don't know.
yeah,
I say, Isfjell, you may need to go and get your brother. And I look round. And I speak the words of Ur-Kuaron, and a tiny little bead of red just strings towards them, and then I go and take cover.
holy shit bags.
Yeah, I'll go find my brother real quick.
Okay. Do I? You want to give me damage for that?
How many d6s?
At your
isn't it?
level?
Do you like summon a sniper or
5.
something?
5 d6s, yeah? I think it's not too bad. So 6, 4, 10, 12. 12. Oh, nice. 21.
21.
360 no scope.
21, yeah.
Okay, let me check Azamar first.
Does the bard play air horn?
All right.
I don't know if
was that?
anything else goes on that. I don't know.
Just a minute.
Oh shit!
Fireball.
Okay, 21 you say, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone can probably hear that explode.
Fail, pass. Fail. Holy crap. 20, did you say 21?
21, yeah.
Okay. It doesn't even matter that they fail their save or pass the saving throws. There is an eruption of flame. Avel, you leap back into the door in slow motion. As Jadarian likewise throws himself back and slams the door shut, you get a brief glimpse of a huge wall of flame rushing down the hallway towards you. The door closes, the flame hits the door, boom, and blows it clean off its hinges.
Are you insane? You could have killed us!
Can I get a saving throw against spells, please, from Avel and Jadarian?
Oh, so it took cover.
What do you mean, could have?
Yeah, fireballs blow doors down.
Oh, that's going to be bad. 19 on the dice.
That's good. Saving throws need to be high.
Oh, I
20.
And the 20. Okay, so you both take 5 points of damage, quarter damage from being protected. Jadarian, Avel, you're on 28, and Jadarian, you're on
26.
Is my banjolele okay? Because it's made of wood.
Hold on.
I know that you're faking it. Just fucking tell me.
It's fine. You made your save, so your items are okay. Right, so, yeah. The rest of you hear it. And the sound of a door being blown off its hinges. Avel shouting, "You could have killed us!"
Second edition,
And-
everyone. This is not 5th edition. Okay.
Right.
Fireballs hurt.
I guess, yeah, what are you going to do? Let's have an initiative, shall we?
next.
It all seems to have gone a little bit
Uh,
sideways.
while they were doing this, do we get some time to muddle around in the library bit?
I make that 2 rounds worth of meddling. So
I would like to dispel magic that protection spell for a brief moment.
okay. God, give me a roll. You need to dispel it to get a what's your over 5, 7, 35. You need to get 86 or higher on percentage dice to
86.
dispel it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, 82.
Oh, no! Oh, that's too bad. Okay. The demonic magic cast by a 12th level sorcerer.
Second round, I try it again.
Second. Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything the first round, by the way? While the first round is Jadarian going to peek out. The second round is the fireball going off.
Hold on.
When I hear the,
I'm good.
when I hear the, can I have my darts and my shield out at the same time?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
darts are
I'm
one-handed.
gonna sheath my sword and then my darts and then my shield. So I'm gonna
Okay.
have my darts ready.
I'm gonna sheath the battle blade and grab my ranseur.
Okay. Right, let's see it, Bellis. Yeah. What'd you get?
Around 90.
Nice! Okay, you see the demonic ward vanish. Not just temporarily, but completely. You have dispelled it utterly.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Go
Then,
Bears.
literally, as you do that, the fireball goes off, and for a moment you're like, no, the sound is from the hallway outside. Whoa! Okay. Finish, please, guys. Oh, you already done it. Okay, right.
Yep.
6.
7.
It was
8.
9.
In order, Aldrich, please.
Did
8.
someone just say 6, 7, 8, 9? That was beautiful.
Yes.
Good. Bellis,
7.
7. Hagen,
9.
9. Nice. Jadarian.
8.
Okay. Avel
6.
and Freya.
5.
The
Alright,
fuck
Freya.
was that?
I'm not going to judge. Hagen.
Hamster responded.
Jadarian and Aldrich, you're next. Hagen, go for it.
Says you with your
11. Anyway, Hagen's gonna go out there with dagger in the offhand, rapier in the main hand.
Okay. You bust out into the hallway. You can see the seared remnants of those strange green creatures. I'll just show you them again. There's about half a dozen of them lying dead, blackened, and burned at the intersection
Oh, jeez.
of the priest. There's no sign.
No sign of the priest?
No. What do you do?
Are there any other enemies out there?
You see none. No.
All right, then I am going to shoot the rapier, and with just the dagger, I'm going to try and silently move out there and look for the priest.
Okay. You sneak stealthily along the hallway to the end, and with your move from here, you can actually make it as far as here if you want to.
All
Then
right,
there's no actions
sure.
for you, but you can see that this door is open. The chamber beyond
Oh, this one.
is
Are
fully
the,
visible to you now.
Are the octarine portals in there?
Yeah. The Octarine portal is right here at
Fuck
the
it,
end.
what is an octarine portal?
It's a Discworld joke.
He said it was purplish, greenish, fiery. Like,
There's Octarine, yeah.
yeah, okay.
In the chamber itself, you now get your first sight of what must be Azamar, the priest. He is standing by the portal. At his side is this, and another one is currently stepping through the portal.
The fuck is that?
Shit.
Ah, ew, bro.
Uh,
Nasty.
It looks a little bit like the rocks you fought, but more heavily armored.
That's not good.
It's usually a good sign.
To the right-hand side of the portal, she is dressed as ridiculously as that, and there is a man kneeling beside her while she runs her fingers through his hair and smiles. He looks to be maybe 60 years old, balding, thin little beard, and he's just looking up at her. Almost tears brimming in his eyes with admiration. She catches your eyes, Hagen, and smiles. Okay, Aldrich.
So dead.
And Jadarian.
I will say Kothalion, and like put my hat, raise my hand across my bow.
Okay, any move?
I will start moving out the corridor. Well, I'm obviously here.
Okay, Jadarian,
I pat down my armor first, so there's a little bit of fire here and there.
Yep. You can get as far as the junction. Aldrich.
I follow him outside.
Do I knock an arrow? Can I knock an arrow?
You can knock an arrow, sure. Aldrich, you're just going to do a full move?
I'm just going to do a full move to where Hagen
Okay,
is.
so you join Hagen at the entrance to the portal chamber. You see the priest, now his two armored rock servants, and Mistress Fancy Pants and her special friend.
Right.
Okay. Bellis. Avel, you're next. Bellis.
Bellis tips all the books into the flat box.
Okay, you reckon there's a good 6,000 gold pieces worth of library stuff here.
I know.
Okay.
Just the books, right? We're talking about the
Yeah.
books, other things. Okay. No, I'm kind of running out of time, so I need to quickly do this and then run to catch up with the rest of the peeps. So
Yep.
he tips the books as quickly as she can into the flat box, and
Yes.
then he takes a shortcut through one of the doors using Quolat.
Okay, right, cool. And straight out there, and then so that gets you up to about here. Okay, so
Great.
you're halfway up the main corridor.
Yeah, good.
Okay, Avel.
I would also like to go after the weird snake guy. Worm
Okay,
dude.
so you join your brother at the entrance to the summoning chamber along with Hagen, and
I think we've still got inspiration as well, haven't we?
Yes, that sticks with you for a while.
for
like the bad shit.
another 4 rounds, and finally Freya.
I'm gonna stick with Bellis and just try and shield her as best as possible
Okay.
with my darts
So
ready.
you wait for Bellis to carry the books, and then proceed ahead of her down the hallway. Your shield is ready, keeping her safe. Okay, and then finally, with his stupendous initiative roll of a 1, Azamar strides forward and slams his staff on the floor and barks words of dark magic at the 3 figures he can see in the doorway.
Right.
Hagen, Hagen, Aldrich, and Avel.
Yep.
And I want saving throws against spells from all of you, please.
Can he see me though? Because I'm still invisible.
He can see you.
Is there any
Aw.
particular modifier I get to add to this? Or is
Yeah,
it
you can
just-
add your wisdom bonus.
He casts the
Okay.
invisibility. That's why I was asking what
Yes,
words
you
he
did.
spent.
Yep, that's what it was.
I rolled a 19 plus 1 is 20.
So that's a save for you.
I rolled a
15.
17.
It's a save for you, Hagen.
15.
15. All right. For a moment, you feel the muscles on your bodies begin to freeze and lock up, but your willpower is strong enough to throw the hold person spell off, and all 3 of you remain mobile. He scowls and looks over his shoulder at the 2 rocks. And the 2 giant armored demons come scuttling across the floor, wings fluttering out behind them. to his side, the woman in the chair smiles even more deeply and nods her appreciation. New round, please. Initiative.
Rock and roll.
3.
Okay, Aldrich.
I
Inish, please.
sorry. I got an 8 again.
Okay.
8.
Dallas.
6.
6. Hagen. 8. Jadarian.
6.
6. Owl.
3.
3. And Freya.
4.
4. Okay. Hagen and Aldrich at the same time.
Okay. My action is going to be to hold fast in front of the door, and to parry as much as I can.
Okay. So you step forward and get yourself ready for the parry as the first of the immense rock comes thundering towards you, and let's put him back on screen for the moment because he's so pretty.
He is pretty. Just
can you see what his legs are doing on your screen? His legs are doing something really weird. But never mind. Okay.
Real quick. I have the perfect parry thing, but I can also normal parry, right? On top of that, with my other attacks, right?
No, perfect parry. That you sacrifice all of your attacks to get the perfect parry. Remember?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Let me double check that for you. Hagen, what are you doing?
Would I be able to take the heavy crossbow off my back and fire it, or?
Yeah, we can assume that you always have it loaded. So for sure.
Yep. All right.
Okay. Who are you shooting
I'm going to
at?
shoot it. I'm just going to shoot it Azamar because I assume everyone else can only be harmed by magic weapons. But
all right, Azamar is armor class 25.
All right. Well.
Sorry, I'm wrong. Now, with the perfect parry, you sacrifice one primary melee attack to automatically block one.
You're using a crossbow.
You can give up one and still use the others to do normal parries.
Okay.
You're using a crossbow, so that bypasses armor.
That will bypass at this range 5 points of his armor. So he's counted as armor class 20.
Excellent. Let's see what happens. That is 12 plus 8 is 20.
No, beautiful. Okay, he just simply kind of stares at you with the crossbow, and then bam, it punches right through his wyvern hide. He kind of staggers backward. At his side, the scantily dressed woman, genuinely or otherwise, looks a little surprised. She admonishes him, glares at her, tries to pull the bolt out, but it's lodged too deeply. How much damage do you do?
That is 7 damage.
Nice.
Does he look a bit scorched?
Not so much scorched as shocked and stuck with a crossbow bolt. Okay, Aldrich, you're still holding position.
Yes.
Okay, Bedison Jadarian.
Yeah, I will move up, shoot my knock arrow at the priest, and then fire 2 more.
Yeah. Go for it. He's AC 20 with your regular arrows. Sorry, AC 25 with your regular
25, yeah. But I have got +1, so I'm +13 to hit. Oh,
Don't forget your inspiration.
Oh, yeah, well, so a 9 turns into, one's a crit with a 19. One's a 9, which turns into 11, which would be 24. So the other one's definitely a hit with a crit. 25, because it's a magical arrow. So yes, both hits. One's a crit, which is
Beautiful.
13, which is 15 damage, and the other one is 2 on a dice, plus 2. Hang on, where's my bow? Arrows, that's 8. So one was a 14 damage, and the other one would be 8 damage. 14 and 8 damage. Oh, I've got one more arrow, sorry. And that's a 16 on a die, so that's a hit. Yeah. And that's a 3, so that would be 9 damage.
Another 9. Okay. Yeah. 3 arrows slam into him. He takes 3 staggering steps backwards. And the woman says, Asm, disappointing. Snarls, fury in his eyes.
Now we're fucked.
Bellis, at the same time, you were halfway down the hallway.
Yes, I move behind Aldrich. Aldrich is actually blocking the entrance, right?
Aldrich has stepped into the room to be able to block the approach of the Vrox.
Yes. I will stand in such a way behind Aldrich that I will use my group heal that heals everybody, but also will attack the rocks.
When they come near?
Yes.
Okay, so sure. Are you going to drop it? You're going to wait a few moments and then drop it?
Well, to make sure that they're approaching Aldrich, I'm presuming. So that's the moment I'm gonna drop it.
They're on the next initiative count. So roll the damage now, or the healing. Should I say?
They already did. 27.
27. Okay,
Yes.
their magic resistance is 70%. First one, a 22. Second one, a 25. So no damage. However, everybody in the opening area is healed by how much did you say? 20?
27.
That heals me fully.
Aldrich, you're fully healed.
Yeah,
Bellis,
I'm full.
you are healed up to 26 hit points. Hagen, you're fully healed. Judarian, you're fully healed by the pulsing energy of the Ghost Mother's light.
I think I'm also fully healed.
Oh, you were by Bellis, weren't you? That's right. Freya, likewise. Your injuries close. Okay. And then the first of the rocks throws itself straight at Aldrich. Okay, so its first claw you parry automatically.
Is it attacking with swords and claws, or
It's attacking. No, it's attacking with 2 claws, 2 wings, and a bite.
ah?
So, you're gonna parry one of its claws first.
Yeah, I'm gonna parry. How many attacks do I get this round?
2.
This is your
2 or
first
3?
round of attacking this combat, so 2.
Okay, I'll parry the claws, I guess.
Okay, so you make are you gonna perfect parry both of them?
No, I can only perfect parry one because it has to be
Okay.
a main hand attack, and then
Right.
I'll
So
use-
you automatically parry one of its claws,
Yeah.
and then give me a roll for the other one.
that is a. Oh yeah,
I
plus
rolled a
2 from the
natural. I
inspiration.
rolled
Right?
sorry, no, I rolled a natural 20. Don't bother. Okay. 2 natural 20s. What the hell? Where were these yesterday? God damn it. And a 1 and a 9. So just a claw and a bite hit. But the wings and the other claw cause you parry. Oh, that's a paltry 3 damage, Aldrich. The gods are with you this day.
What? I was expecting
Yeah,
to
I
be
know.
completely ripped to pieces.
I rolled a 1 and a 2 20s, and I rolled a 1. Oh, sorry, no, I don't need to roll damage for those. God, I'm out of practice. There's a
Yeah,
max, so
they're max
that's
damage.
that's 14 damage.
14 damage. Okay,
Yeah.
so I got fully healed some.
Yeah, so you're 41. Okay.
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 Take it.
Yeah, you do. You take it solidly, claw and a slash, parry. Your wings flapping wildly around you. You take a step back, not as
Get this out
badly
of my
mauled as you
face.
would perhaps expect. Okay. And then the other one is upon you. Claws,
Bob and weave.
wings, bite. Okay. 6.
5 attacks, man. It's unreal.
Another 14.
Another 14.
Yeah, that puts you on 27. The two of them are just on either side of you, clawing, smashing, snarling, beaks clacking against you, tearing great chunks from your body. Azamar pauses for a moment, places his hand upon his chest, intones a deep prayer to Demogorgon, and casts Cure Critical Wounds on himself.
Why would he do that?
Because you're kicking his ass. That's why. Okay. Still not enough to heal all of his injuries, but many of them close before your eyes. And he relaxes just a little bit. Freya.
Yes. I'm trying to think. So, would I know that these wouldn't be hurt by magical... Like, they won't be hurt unless it's magical weapons?
Yes, that much. That information would at least have made its way through the party, I think.
Okay. So the only one I can hit is the...
Is Azamar.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to try and throw... I'm going to hold my shield up, but I'm going to also try and throw all 4 darts at him.
Okay. He's AC 25.
Okay, so 3 hit. I rolled a 19, 18, and a 17.
The 19 is automatically max damage because you've got range critical.
Oh, nice.
Okay, sweet. So, let me see. So, that is 2 8s and a 6 damage. So that is
22 damage. That would have killed him last round. Earlier in the round. 22. Bloody hell. Okay. Yeah. The darts just hurtle across the room. Bam, bam, bam. All 3 slam into his body. One hitting him right in the neck. He staggers backwards. Blood fountaining from his mouth. The woman sits up in the seat. The man at her feet, Lord Dalgath presumably, paws at her and she bats him away, watching more closely as how the battle is transpiring in front of her. And finally, Avil.
Okay. Do I know whether or not the snake guy is a demon?
He doesn't appear to be invulnerable to normal weapons, so possibly not.
Does that mean I can do my lightning bolt at him?
You absolutely can.
Sick! Gonna do that then.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Do I have to roll a d20?
No,
Right.
I'll roll a saving throw for him. Actually, he has
Okay.
a small amount of magic resistance.
Is that going to bounce around that room like a...
Shazam!
Okay,
Everyone
and he
duck.
saves. He rolls a 4 on his saving throw. So roll me 7d6, please.
Oh, I don't even have that many. Can I borrow some from you?
7?
Okay,
How
wait.
she get set? Oh god, yeah, she's 7th level bard. Jesus.
Do you want me to roll them for you?
Wait, 16. 16.
And our walking artillery is, surprise, surprise, the
What's
power.
16 plus 7?
23.
That's how much he does damage done.
23. Holy crap. Okay, it hits Azamar full in the chest with a sound like a thunderclap. He flies off his feet and skids across the floor with smoke pouring from his chest. Rolls over onto his side, coughing blood all across the floor. Alive, but only just.
Does that lightning bolt hit anything else?
Looking at the shape of the room, let's see.
That's going to bounce around.
No, it's got they're 80 foot, so you should be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It goes almost as far as the portal before kind of sputtering out in a haze of electricity.
Thank God for that. I thought it was 120 feet.
No.
Ha 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 ha! You thought. Oh, I'm not invisible anymore now. Shazam!
You're also not invisible anymore. This is true.
I've been here the whole time, but you didn't know that.
Okay. In the hallway, by the way, those of you who are standing in the hallway, I believe that's still
All of us.
Avil and Freya. You hear the sound of booted feet.
I'm with Bellis.
Oh, you're with Bellis. So it's actually then it's Jadarian and Avil in the hallway still.
I thought we were all in the hallway. Apart
No, a
from...
number of them have gone into the room.
Oh, okay.
Booted
I'm
feet.
shielding Bellis.
Yeah. and three figures stride into view at the top of the hallway by the stairs. Heavily armored, scaled features, wielding great battle blades that crackle with magical energy. You recognize them almost immediately for what they are. They look, observing the battle between you, the deposed lord, the demon priest, and the creatures of the abyss. One of them, the frontmost, gestures toward Aldrich. Chok Tuda Valandor, he says. He turns toward the other two. Zarak In. And then back to face you. Kill them all. The three worm priests break into a charge. We're going to conclude this next session. Time's up.
Time's up. Oh my god.
I don't like
Good
that.
lord.
So you can't see anything. Oh,
I don't like this one bit. Oh, right.
I thought you were cosplaying as Matt Murdock there.
Yeah. See, you didn't
Yeah,
see me.
good.
You didn't see me comment in the stream chat.
oh, we've just lost Bellis thingy again. Oh,
Yeah, she's probably running downstairs just to give me a slap right now.
Oh, I don't want us all to die again.
we're so dead.
Wait, so we've got
So
two.
you fought your way into the depths of Dalgath, discovered that there are still a handful of allies here, and of the dwarf, by the way. He was nowhere to be seen during the fight,
No.
perhaps taking advantage of the distraction to rescue his lady. However, you have brought Azamar to within an inch or two of his death.
Twice.
You have shamed him in the eyes of his sponsor. She's very disappointed. You've located Lord Dalgath. But unfortunately, perhaps investigating the disappearance of the previous worm priest that you killed, 3 more on the scene.
Why are they attacking us? We have not done any magic in their eyes.
Well, they haven't.
Jotura Valandor.
Oh, he just doesn't like Valandor.
They know who you are. More importantly, Vorum Cathriax knows who you are.
Oh, of course, yeah. But we were his best friends. We released him. He owes us a debt.
Well, they haven't looked around the corner yet and haven't realized that there's all sorts of demons in this place. So that might actually change their mind a little bit.
He also, I mean, he owes Chanta and she's gone, so maybe he's just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dead.
Yeah.
But it also, I suppose, raises the question of how they knew to look for you here.
Oh, yeah, true.
Well, there you go.
We'll see how much blood flows next session.